I'm just saying that was a really, really awful, almost awful beginning. Then, by the way, lads, I didn't have this graphic ready, and I was literally scrambling to get it, and I was like, I've got 20 seconds. So, thankfully, I found it. What a great way to come back, and what a great way to start the stream that we haven't been on for almost.
Welcome back, Hounds. How you been, boys?
Good.
We're a bit rusty.
A little rusty. Right, so I'll do a quick rundown, okay? We're probably talking to ourselves at the moment, which is fine. We did post in our community feed and online that we had a slight error in terms of our streaming account. Our stream wasn't working. We've been waiting for the company to fix it. We couldn't set up another one because everything was associated with our normal account on YouTube and X and Twitch, etc., etc., etc. So we was having a bit of a cluster in terms of we couldn't physically do anything. And obviously, the way we make short form content is using the same setup. So some stuff was kind of here, there, and everywhere. So we kind of had to miss the boat on a lot of stuff, which is annoying. However, we're back. We're good to go. So firstly, thank you for joining, if you are listening. Guys, we've missed a bit. We've missed a few things. Obviously, WrestleMania, we won't get into that. But yeah, Night of Champions. So why I'm doing a little bit of background work and obviously posting and promoting the stream and stuff like that. Shades, Deeks, one of you start at least. Take it away. Thoughts on Night of Champions? Do you like the way the build's been and the idea of King of the Ring also being involved and it not being its own separate entity? Give us your thoughts on at least that first, and then we'll get into Night of Champions a little bit in a minute. So one of you jump in, and then we'll go from there.
The build of Night of Champions. Well, to be honest, Raw and SmackDown have been putting me to sleep. I haven't really been enjoying it like I normally should.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, I know I'm not the only one that feels this way in the world. It just seems very lackluster at the minute. Random matches thrown together for no apparent reason. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Enjoy some parts, just not everything.
It's not been that bad. It's not a Snorefest. It's like not been the top quality we used to, but it's still been good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so for you, when you say it hasn't been that bad, honestly, what do you think has been more of a hit, and what do you think has been more of a miss? Don't go into that specific matches, but is there certain things that's happened that you thought, okay, that's decent, or vice versa, things that you think, okay, that's not been that great? Like, could you pinpoint a moment, or?
Yeah, the women have been hitting it hard since WrestleMania. There've been a lot of good matches. There's a lot of rivalry built up recently through the women's division.
Yep.
There's been a lot of chaos in the tag team division as well, which I've enjoyed as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, that's been good moments. I've enjoyed that a lot, especially the women's matches recently. They've been really good. They've been high quality matches for me. But that's my opinion. I enjoy the women's matches a lot at the moment because I think the women at the moment are getting good pushes.
Yeah, no, I do not agree with that at all. Sorry, I do not disagree with that at all, even. Yeah, the women have been killing it. And I think so much so that sometimes it's been interesting. So like in terms of, I don't know how to put it. There's been things that the women have been kind of doing on the show that have really like upped their game, and the fact that they've really upped their game on certain things have been great. But then at the same time, some of the stuff we've seen has been a little sloppy from them. So there's double side there of how great they have been, but then at times how much they do lack in certain things compared to what the men have done. But then the men have been having a couple of like hits and misses as well.
Yeah.
Shades, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, from where we are in the UK, it being on at 1 o'clock in the morning, it hasn't made me want to watch it live.
That's valid.
You know, it's not been entertaining enough right now for me to justify being awake at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, but the highlight for me so far, and it's not a match, it was a promo, and it was John Cena's pipe bomb.
All right. So before I want to kind of cover that, but I want to cover that when we get onto it, because obviously there's a lot of explanation in terms
But
of.
that's literally the only thing that I've really gone all right.
Yeah. The pipe bomb was good though. I will say I did enjoy it.
You know?
Yeah, when I saw that, I did enjoy that myself actually.
Yeah.
Me and you spoke in the week. I told you. SmackDown loaded up a week ago, not the one just gone. John Cena logo appeared. I went to bed. Raw happened. I watched the first 10 minutes. I went to bed.
Yeah.
SmackDown just gone. First half an hour, I went to bed. Watch it the next day. And Raw, I finished it today.
Really?
After trying to watch it over the last 3 days. It just hasn't been that gripping entertainment that that it was.
For me at the moment, since WrestleMania's hit and gone past, Raw and SmackDown have gone downhill slightly for me, and NXT's excelling. It's getting better and better every week. NXT.
And honestly, I really like NXT. It hits all the time, in my opinion. I think there's some things in NXT that sometimes they will just miss the boat on, which fine, that happens. However, that's not all the time. In my opinion, NXT is doing so much better than
by far. I think
what
far.
else we've seen.
The women, the main event was just gone this week. The women's Fatal 4 that was a great match.
Yeah. So
that was a great match for me.
The women have really upped their game, especially. I would say NXT has really pulled out a lot more stops.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Raw and SmackDown,
look at it like this: out of all of the shows, NXT is the one that we're excited to watch.
Yeah,
not the main
exactly.
brand. The two biggest brands in the world, Raw and SmackDown, and we're not excited to watch them. Something's wrong.
Exactly. I know, mate. I know.
As I said in the Attitude Era, the A show and the B show, at the moment we prefer the C show.
Yeah, honestly, I honestly do.
I've catched a couple of Evolve episodes, and they've been more entertaining.
So, but yeah, let's. So I want to try and stay on this Night of Champions stuff. I want your obviously your thoughts on a lot of it. There is a few things that have been going on. Obviously, they've not been able to talk about a lot of stuff, obviously due to streaming issues. However, guys, first things first, right? Can I just say, we have a 6-match card, 6 matches. The fact that we're getting excited, the fact that we have 6 matches and not 5, really shows the situation of what else has been going on.
I'm really happy about the 6-match card. But I'm not looking forward to the event like I normally should.
Okay. All right. So give me your.
Let's go PLEs. The 4-match card, 5-match card that we were excited for. We get a 6-match card and we're not fully excited for everything.
Yeah, it's going to be like that though. It's going to be like that. But let's try and take the rough with the smooth, I guess. Let's try and
with WWE having so many titles up for defense, we shouldn't be getting 3, 4, 5, 6 match cards. We should be getting 8s.
Well, let's not forget we've got, as I told you on the phone during the week, Are you excited for Night of Champions Night 1 or Night 2?
Yeah.
Because you got the tag team titles on SmackDown, you've got the other two titles on SmackDown, and then you've got 6 matches on Night of Champions. Just put them all on Night of Champions then.
Yeah, the problem is, right, this is the situation. If you put them all on Night of Champions, then we go back to a really long PLE, like when we had a couple years back where with WrestleMania, when there was like 10 to 12 matches on the card. Now, this is the issue. You can have AEW have already proved that you can do very well with having a very big card and being able to use every single talent in a great way. But WWE loves to do their promo packages. Every match has to have a promo package. Every match has to have a really long entrance. Then they have to cut away into another moment, then cut back in again, and then they have an advert. And it's so full of absolute nothing that every match has to feel special. With AEW, I hate comparison, but with AEW, they have that perfect blend of when a promo package needs to happen, it's a minute and a half, right? And that hits everything it needs to. On top of that, they've got a shorter entrance ramp. Fine, not every ramp's going to be long. Some are short, some are long in WWE. But they have this ability to be able to really master this big, like 8 to 10 match pay-per-views and pull it off. And it's not every match isn't everyone's cup of tea. Same with WWE, right? Same with indie shows that we've been to in the UK. Not every match is going to be bang on. Some are going to have comedy. Some are going to be more professional-based wrestling. Some are going to be more sport entertainment. But there's a bit of everything for everyone. WWE is its own entity, and I just feel like they missed the boat on so much stuff because they tried to overfill it with nonsense. So we're so excited about getting a good PLE, like 6 matches on a PLE because it's been so long, and now we're getting it. There's only about 3 matches that people are looking forward to. So they need to fix that.
I'm about maybe 2 matches, maybe 3 matches, yeah.
So, all right, let's get into it. Obviously, we know what the main event is, at least.
Yeah. But hold on. You mentioned the word advertisement.
Oh, don't.
No.
Because we can go on another tangent on advertisement.
It's fine. I'm happy to do so because we've seen Raw and SmackDown. It doesn't seem very safe.
In terms of
wrestlers slipping on ads.
Well, there's that. I would say since Slim Jim have been involved in controlling the table stuff and having the adverts, all of a sudden we've seen a hell of a lot of table swats over the last month, guys.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know what's going on there. So they're trying to get their money's worth. But yeah, you're right. The slip in and stuff like that. There's got to be.
I'll be honest, and I'll make it quick. I don't like. Fair enough. TKO, UFC. The UFC ring is covered in ads. I don't mind the ads in the ring. You know.
Yeah,
but you don't need ads on tables. You don't need ads on the side of ladders.
I know, mate. I agree. I would say on a quick note on that, UFC, they're not running ropes. They haven't got boots on. You know, they're getting hot and sweaty, but it's ground and pound in grappling and like submissions, or it's standing and fighting. They're not. You know what I mean? It's different, completely different in what they're doing. So their lives are being a hell of a lot more at stake because, again, as you said, risk factors of slipping and stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
We have seen.
So, but yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this PLE. So we're going to go by just the match order that is on Wikipedia. There is obviously a little bit of information. We'll go from there. So match 1 of what we're starting with. This isn't the official match order, but we're going to go with this one to kick everything off for us. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, which is the King of the Ring tournament final. Now, guys, the rule is the winner is crowned King of the Ring, and that person receives a match for the respective brand's world title. Now, a little bit of information. Both guys are SmackDown, so whoever wins can only challenge for the undisputed WWE Championship, which is on SmackDown. So the answer really is, who would you rather challenge for the title, Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes? I guess that's how you're going to answer this question.
I'll go last.
Okay, I'll go first. Dix, you go in the middle. I was going to put the graphic up again. Personally, I would like it to be Randy as opposed to Cody for the reason being that I think Randy going for the title would be very interesting because Cody recently said in an interview that he feels like he's near the end of his babyface run. So if we got a heel turn from Cody at some point, even coming up, I wouldn't be against it because it'd be a different version of Cody Rhodes. So I think if we're going to have potential stuff with Cody, I would like to have that stuff happen as him as a heel, as opposed to him being a face then turning heel as a champion. Because I don't like that unless it's a double turn. With Randy, I think he could really go for that, and I think that'd be really good. Obviously, because it's against John Cena, the idea of Randy versus John Cena again would pique my interest, as opposed to John Cena versus Cody. I feel like if that happens at the end of the year, then it's inevitable that Cody wins. So I think I like the idea of Randy versus Cena more than Cody versus Cena. So for that, I go Randy Orton.
I agree with that. But I don't think it's going to be. I want it to be Randy Orton, but after last year when he got screwed at King of the Ring, I think it's going to be deja vu to hit again. He should win it, but Randy should win it. But somehow he's going to get screwed again, and Cody's going to win it.
Okay. Do you know in what way, or do you just think it's going to happen in some way?
I think it's going to be through similar to last year. Referee's going to cock it up. And count a free count, it shouldn't be.
All right, fair enough. Shades?
Well, both of them, could do well with the title if they get the title. But, we've just had Cody title, so it'd be nice to see Randy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
But then again, from what's happened in the past events, it's, Jay win, then Gunther win. They gave it back to the person who had it beforehand. Who's to say they're not going to do that again with Cody?
Yep. It's a funny thing at the moment with Triple H's booking, but I agree. So who are you going for, Randy?
Yeah, I'd really like Randy, but for some reason I can see it being Cody due to that, what we're seeing with the world heavyweight right now.
Okay.
But I would love Randy to win.
Yeah.
So we all agree Randy Orton, but we think Cody's going to win it. Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on to Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Now, this is for a street fight. I'm actually liking the build for this. It's about time that they actually use Raquel in a good way, and obviously
it's pretty good.
So I'm intrigued. I'm really enjoying this. I do think that something extra is going to happen here. Thankfully, I would say we know for a fact. We know for a fact that there is only one title technically there that could be cashed in on, which is the tag title, which means Naomi would have to bring someone out with her to do that. That's not going to happen. So we know Miss Money in the Bank isn't going to be around for this, which is good because then that way we get a perfect ending kind of thing, like technically. And we know Liv Morgan isn't around, obviously due to the injury. So as of at the moment, the only one that could be around is Roxanne Perez, right? So maybe Perez plays a part in this, maybe not. I think, as much as I like Ripley, she could take a loss here and bounce back, whereas Raquel Rodriguez, I think, couldn't. So
no.
I think Raquel Rodriguez kind of needs to win more because otherwise she's just a crash test dummy for anyone else. She's meant to be the muscle. And it'll be about time that we get the muscle go against another lot of muscle, as in Rhea versus Raquel. My opinion, that's how I would like to see that. Rhea can bounce back. I don't think Raquel could right now in the position that she's in. So I think Raquel gets the win.
No.
I agree with Raquel winning this match, but it's not going to be clean.
Do you think it's going to be tanked?
So somehow Roxanne Perez is going to interfere and help Raquel win this match.
Okay, that's interesting.
So yeah, but I agree with you with saying Raquel. Raquel needs to win, but Rhea will most probably win this match. But I think it should be Raquel.
No.
No,
Rhea to smash it.
but why?
Steamroll
Give me your explanation on it. Like, why does it make
Mammy,
sense for
mate.
Ripley to win?
Mammy.
Huh?
Mammy to win. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah,
That's
but
not an explanation, dude. That's a catchphrase.
we're trying to break it down as to why it would make sense for who and who.
Oh, I
This is what
just
I'm
think
saying.
that Rhea's just going to steamroll.
But in a street
You know?
fight, it just seems more
Yeah.
set up for Raquel, no?
No, man. Mammy, the aggressive, violent. You know, give her a Slim Jim table and a Snickers chair. She's going to go smacking people, man.
Oh dear.
Okay, fair enough.
I think we're going to get 3 Slim Jim tables broken. And I think many chairs are going to get bent.
I don't know. I
Because
definitely think
as you put it, we've got 2 powerhouse women.
Yes.
Let them be powerhouses with weapons.
Yeah, I reckon a kendo stick's going to come into play. But I do think. Do you think Roxanne Perez is coming out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All way along.
I can see it. The match doesn't need it.
Okay.
But what I will say is, I think they're going into the crowd.
I don't know.
You know.
Right. Next, this one I'm unsure about. This is probably the one I'm most unsure about. I'll be honest. Which is Jacob Fatu, who's the who is the United States champion against Solo Sikoa. We got the turn. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if Jacob was the one that turned face here, or if Solo was the one that turned face here, because obviously both of them were heels. The crowd popped for Jacob, but they've been weirdly popping for Solo. So I don't know the dynamic and the way they're trying to play this. I'm assuming they're trying to make Solo more of the heel and Jacob more of the face, which is fine, right? Again, Jacob has been fine with the title, but the Money in the Bank thing is really weird in terms of doing it there. So I don't know. I really can't call it. The way it's been booked feels like Solo could potentially have the title, win the title, but I think it's too close to call. So I think there's going to be interference with the 2 Tongas coming back, and I think that's going to be how it ends. With maybe Solo winning.
No. At the moment, the way Fatu's being booked and the way Fatu's wrestling and the way he's doing his matches, at the moment, Fatu is an absolute beast and a juggernaut. He ain't getting stopped. He's going to win this match. He's going to destroy anyone interferes, and he's going to win this match.
But do you think the Tongas will appear? If so, like Tama and Tonga lower?
If they're both fit from injury and able to return, probably yes. If not, it'd be the other guy that they've brought in recently, which I can't remember his name right
now. Oh gosh, his name is proper JC Mateo.
Yeah, it'll be him interfering. But whoever is interferes, Fatu's just going to slap them silly and put them on their asses.
So you think Jacob's got hands down winning?
Yeah.
Shade?
Jacob hands down wing steamroll. We've got Jacob Fatu, ring post prayer, chair smacking slayer, gonna destroy Solo. All of that pent up aggression that he's had.
I thought
Time
the Rock
to
was
let
in the
loose
building
and
then.
let it out.
Crying out loud. Right. So you think 2 people are steamrolling in this pay-per-view?
Yep.
No.
Insane.
Not 2.
I find it absolutely insane. Okay, next match that we've got set up then is Asuka versus Jade Cargill for the winner becomes Queen of the Ring tournament. Obviously, again, the winner of the winner is crowned Queen of the Ring and receives a match for their respective brand. Obviously, the World Championship at SummerSlam. So
You boys go for it. This is one I cannot call because I'll be honest. I don't care who wins. I want both to win. I'm 50-50.
Okay, this is my problem, right? Asuka's only recently returned, and she's on a nice winning streak. Jade Cargill has still got this stuff with Naomi. So probably, in my opinion, I would say Asuka gets the win here because Jade's got something else set up. If Jade wins and then goes for her title, it just seems like what's next for Asuka? You know, I don't know. I don't like the idea of. I don't know. I like Jade Cargill, but I just don't know if she's ready to be a champion. And I know that's really controversial, but I just don't think that she's ready to be a champion. But in my opinion, I don't think she's ready yet. Yeah.
Thing is, I think Jade Cargill's going to win this match and get the title match and win it just so they can do the rivalry continues with her and Naomi. So Naomi can come in, cash in, and they offer.
See that would
By
work.
that logic, then she doesn't need the win for this.
No, she does need the win for this because she then has to take. If Jade wins, she then goes on to SummerSlam, right? So I assume by the way Dixie's saying is Jade wins, she becomes Queen of the Ring. A match then she goes into SummerSlam against Tiffany Stratton, and then if Cargill wins there, Naomi comes out and cashes in. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even think of that.
Just for this rivalry between Naomi and Cargill to continue, because it's a good rivalry. I like it a lot.
That's actually a really good shout. It hasn't swayed me. I still want Asuka to win, but it's a really good idea. I can see that.
Hasn't swayed me either. 50-50, straight down the middle. Whoever wins, wins.
You got to pick someone.
Yeah,
you have to pick someone. I'm not taking your because of mummy and then just not giving it. You need to give us some more information. So, pick one.
Left or right, A or B? Come on, go the fence. You'll get. Come on.
Hold on. There's only one way to solve this problem.
We're not having ip dip do either.
Heads or tails, flip a coin. Someone call it in the air.
Tails.
Call it. Asuka to win.
Okay. All right. A match that no one really thought was going to happen. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. I think this is quite interesting. Obviously, it's been something that's been weird.
So this has been building for months.
Yeah. Look, Karrion Kross is getting a lot of love online. I'm a big fan of Karrion Kross. We do like him.
We do.
I think this will be a very good time for a different dynamic and maybe a different change in person of Sami Zayn as opposed to Karrion Kross. And I think for that to happen, Kross has to win. I think Kross is finally on a pay-per-view. Now he's on a pay-per-view. The one thing we don't want to happen is him go on a pay-per-view and lose. It makes no sense. So, quick and simple, Karrion Kross has to win this. In my opinion. If Sami wins, great. He wins. He gets his moment. But that's it. Karrion Kross is the one that keeps turning all these people. So Karrion Kross winning cements the different person that Sami Zayn becomes. So the win isn't just the fact that Kross wins. It's the fact that he wins and then he's the reason that Sami changes. That's why I think that needs to happen.
I really want Sami to get a title.
Right.
Surely by now he has earned one.
Yeah, but he's not in a title match.
Yeah. So I want him to win this and then go on to be a world champ.
Okay.
I want to see Sami the world champ. I don't care what belt. It
Well, it's
needs
not
to
put it this way.
be
It's not going to be
one of
John
them.
Cena. So
Well, of
is that
course
what
not,
just
because
Goldberg?
Cena's doing his tantrum thing.
So you're going Sammy to win.
Yeah,
All right.
100%.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with
Me or Shay?
I'm gonna say Cross. I want Cross to win it.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, mate, Sami Zayn's been there forever and ever and ever. You see him nearly every single week in the ring. We haven't seen Cross wrestle in the ring for like 4 months.
Yeah.
I know he's been appeared in the crowd like 8 times and backstage like 18 times, but there's only so many times you can talk. I want to see you wrestle. I want to see you be that badass that you've heard about from Japan.
He was a badass in NXT when he had a shaved head.
Even NXT back when he arrived, NXT he was a badass.
Yeah.
I want to see that guy again. He can wrestle, he can go, he can fight, he can hold a title, he can do it. I want him to get one. I want to see him in that ring regularly, fighting, kicking bottom.
All right, cool. All right, let me get down to it. The final match of the show. Obviously, this has got a headline. It's Juan Cena or John Cena versus CM Punk for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Right, so I don't want to do too much talking because we've obviously gone 30 minutes. So I do want to try and just get it kind of to a point where we're talking relatively on this. So last week we hopped the really cool version of John Cena's pipe bomb, which CM Punk done like 14 odd years ago. Right? He broke the fourth wall, spoke to the crowd, really played up on it, was really sarcastic. I think, in my opinion, this is the first time that heel John Cena has actually been quite cool as a heel John Cena. Him literally being a dick, like proper dickish, playing up to the camera and not caring what he says and all that kind of stuff, like cocky and confident. We haven't seen that kind of side of Cena. He's just been, I want to ruin wrestling. Now we've got this different change. I do like it. So I'm intrigued with the way this has been built. Obviously, CM Punk was left on the table, and according to Cena, hopefully as uncomfortable as he can be. Same thing that Punk said to Cena way back when. So I do like this. I definitely think 100% that Cena is winning. It's not going to be Punk. Cena is winning because I think whoever wins is going to have a bigger moment later on. Whoever beats Cena has that big moment at the end. So for me, 100% it's Cena. I've enjoyed the build, and I like the fact that these two are getting another go at what they've done all that time 12 odd years ago and made magic. So look, I'm invested in it. This is probably one of the matches that I'm really looking forward to because it's both of these two. And last time they went into a match, Cena hit Punk with a Hurricane Runner, a pole driver happened, and off the top rope leg drop from Cena happened. It was stuff that you didn't expect these two guys to be doing. So look, I'm all for it. So for me, yes, he win, but I think the fact that we're getting this match, I'm happy with.
Unlike my colleague, who's excited to relive the past, which is not going to happen, it's going to be a simple, clean. It's going to be a simple, clean match between two people with a twist. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be them two going at it like they're meant to look wrestling style. Cena's going to do his new trick, hit Punk either in the groin with a boot or in the head with a title, and then win.
Right, okay.
So it was all good, and it's going to end up the same way as the last 3 matches.
So have a good start of it and then end really rubbish.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Cena winning?
Yes.
All right, Jade.
Well, where do you begin? Finally,
we
we're at the match that I'm most excited for. We had the most amazing pipe bomb moment from John, calling out Matt Cardona, Cesaro as I know him, and it was just a perfect moment to call out those guys and Nick Nemeth to call them out. You know, Claudio, that's his name. That was perfect. That was jaw dropping. You didn't expect it in this day and age in WWE for anyone to start calling out other brands
hmm
wrestlers. Not at all. You know, brilliant moment. Do I want to see Punk with the title? I think everyone would love to see Punk with a title. Do I see Punk winning this match? Unsure. I'll be honest. You know, and this is I'm basing it off of like I've seen like different Cena things. You know, during the week and stuff. Cena at Fanatics where he like does this really, like where they did like create your own entrance.
yeah.
Like Cena appeared there and did. He didn't do like the typical that we get now. He went back to like old school, really energetic, really happy.
hmm
And then you get him on tele, you get him on the old TV box. You get temper tantrum Cena as I like calling him. But to be honest, this match is going to be sick. We've got
hmm
John Cena and CM Punk 2025 in a match.
Okay.
Who do
Who's
I
winning?
pick to win? It's a different story though, because you got this very strict storyline with Cena wanting to destroy wrestling, wanting to end wrestling, wanting to walk out with the title. Now, who else walked out with the title? CM Punk. So when you look at it from this logic, if there is someone to defend wrestling, if there's someone to bring it home, bring it back, repent of the sins, if you will. CM Punk to save wrestling, no. He walked out with the title. He doesn't want to see someone else destroy wrestling. He's already been and tried it once. So I really, really, and it's a strong chance that it won't happen, but I really want CM Punk to win this match.
Right. Now let me just ask this question. The entire build of Cena wanting to destroy the company.
Hey.
Ruin,
I
no,
said it really there's a strong chance it will not happen.
No, I hear you. But I'm just saying, right? We've had the Cena wants to destroy the company and all this stuff, right? Whoever beats Cena to get that title back is going to have a major moment. Do you think CM Punk is the person that needs that major moment? Or do you think there's someone else up and coming that should have that moment instead?
To be honest, I don't care who takes the title off of Temper Tantrum. I don't, you know. Uh, But from the dots I connected, we had. Let's go back in the day. We had CM Punk pipe bomb. He took the title with his ball and went. Now Cena
Yeah,
wants to do the same thing. Cena wants to do the same thing.
right.
He's thrown a
But
pipe bomb.
surely an up and comer beating Cena and him having his big moment would be better than CM Punk having it. For example, you literally
Put it this way:
5-10
if
minutes,
Punk does not win
5-10 minutes
on
ago,
Saturday,
you said, listen, 5-10 minutes ago, you was like, you want to see Sami Zayn with a title. So what happens if it come to all this build, no one else beats Cena, and Sami Zayn was the one
let's
to beat
remember,
Cena?
Sammy
Now,
wants
fine,
world
Sami isn't
heavyweight.
fine, right? But listen, fine, Sami isn't an up and comer, but surely Sami Zayn having that huge pop would be better than CM Punk's having his moment. Punk's been a champion. I think whoever beats Cena, it has to be their first time as a WWE champion for to really cement something. That's why, if I had my way, yeah, I'd love Punk to be champion. But I just
Of
don't
course.
see it. Whoever beats Cena has to be a name that's like never had the title before. I just think it makes sense that way, in my
And to
opinion, anyway.
reiterate
Because
my
then that
words,
way it's
I
like,
did say strong chance it will not, like 99.9% chance it will not happen. That Punk will not win.
Continuing with a line of Cena losing his title.
yeah,
I'm going to drop my own little pipe bomb, and I'm going to say Cena isn't going to lose the title. He's going to leave with it.
No, we'll listen. Before we get onto that and fantasize that can be. We can make that a separate stream because I feel like that's something that we can talk about in a bit more detail. Now, I just want to cover this.
My turn for a pipe bomb. If there's anyone that is going to be an up and comer to take the title, I want it to be Javon Evans.
So see, now we're getting stupid, right? Let's just cover what we're doing. Right? I just want to talk night for now. Let's just talk Night of Champions. But yeah, look, I personally think
Cena's keeping his title. He ain't losing it yet. Yeah.
So
there is a 99.9% chance that CM Punk loses this match. Therefore, I hold on to a shred of doubt that there is a 0.01% chance that CM Punk wins this match.
Okay, but who are you going for?
Cena.
Cena will win, but I really want Punk to win.
Right, okay. All you done was give me stats, but you didn't answer the question. You literally did what WWE done. Filled their complete moment with absolutely nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
There is a 99.9% chance that CM Punk will lose this match. Yes. Right. I know John Cena will win, but there is that little bit of me that wants to go back and see Punk with the title. So
I would love.
I really want Punk to win this match. But I really know. I know Cena's going to walk out and do his stroppy walk with the title again. We know.
I would love to know what, honestly, as much as it sucks, I would love to see Cena come out and then to have their match, and then the match ends with John Cena literally kicking Punk in the nuts when the ref's down and then hitting his AA. Because it'll be just everyone would be so angry, and it's like literally that's what Cena's trying to do in his character.
Well, the rest of
infuriate
people. WWE is angry with Cena anyway.
Well, yeah.
Some of them are angry with the company anyway.
Cena making people angry and ending a match basically via a low blow. People were upset when it happened versus AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. Imagine if it happens in Saudi, right? Night of Champions, the last time that Cena versus Punk happens, and then it ends in a low blow. I think it's such a good way to end it.
You know what that is?
Everyone will be so annoyed.
It's how he won the title. It's even more taint.
Exactly. So for me, I'm intrigued as to why that happened.
As I said myself 5 minutes ago, Cena will win this match with a low blow or a title shot to the face. That's how he's going to win the match.
Yeah.
We all know it's coming. It's not a surprise.
So, all right. Yep.
If he wins it clean, that's a fucking surprise.
Now that we've covered all matches, I'm going to throw my wild card Night of Champions prediction out and say, in the Randy match, we're going to see a punt to Cody.
Never. Never.
Obviously, we're gonna do a build-up show for the stream. Well, sorry, before the show starts. So, with that being said, we're gonna leave it there, and then on the build-up, we'll talk about if we're gonna see a punt. That's interesting. That's an interesting topic that we can bring up on there. Obviously, I give us more time to plug that we're going to do build-up and stuff.
Make sure you join us on Saturday for that build-up show because I'm fired up.
So
I'm ready to start letting loose.
Night of Champions prediction show. Thank you everyone for joining, guys. It's been a pleasure, and we will see you on a build-up. See you later.
Bye.
Don't turn up.